Starting off, not gonna lie, I thought this was like a page out of Diddy's diary about the conclusion of one of his freak-offs. Because why is this grown-ass man in timeout looking traumatized? Like he saw things I should never see. I mean, the area is filthy. Maybe he didn't do his chores, so now he's in trouble. I don't know. But the writers and director tag team that produced this movie wanted us as viewers to experience blood pumping excitement off the rip. No building or nothing, just hair, dopamine. Police officers appeared on the screen as our first sacrifices, on call because the neighbors heard screams coming from out this house. Yes, this house that looked like it was built by Steve and neglected by Michael Myers. And was that music being played from the inside the house? Off the bat, I need backup. In half the station, I am not walking in there alone. But they did. This stray scream sounded from somewhere in the house, acted as their starter pistol, and they broached the unknown, guns drawn. But one of the officers low-key sounded like me.
Hey, shouldn't we wait for backup?
I'm no bitch. The other one's also me.
You wait.
The duality of man. I'm a hero that loves the safety of being a bystander, but still a hero. Don't forget that. But that house was a horror show. Blood and poo. What is that on that glass? There was no tissue in the house. Just this lone panel of glass? Okay. But the officer found the source of the screams. This woman in a black nightgown and no eyes. You take her eyes for her. I mean, Kane was kind of top 10 most hideous of our time, but we have no time to lament over the fact that this woman was looking like Shisui after Donzo fingered his socket. Because out of nowhere, we see this one officer, a gun aimed at something, then bam, he was gone. Why did he fire off words instead of bullets? The man really tried to use speech like he was a dragonborn, but it wasn't once. Kane had a two-piece in store for this man. You would think he was trespassing in his house or something. And his partner did no better. He watched his own arm get chopped off, eyes wider than a damn near watched in UHD. Best seats at the show. But hey, he did make a move. Dropped to his back and domed Kane. And all it took was one bullet. And this man was gonna stand there as a 6'10" axe-wielding maniac with power walking towards him. Okay, now that I say it out loud, it does sound kind of crazy. I might have been frozen a little bit as well, but like Elsa, I had to let some bullets go. Crazy, 7 bodies were found on the property. That man Kane was acting like he was a part of the Phantom Troop, and all his victims were from Kurapika's clan, because he was just collecting their eyes, like he was trying to spell indivisibility. With a few more eyes to spare, just in case he was trying to spell something else like, I don't know, Mississippi? I don't know, he might be training for the spelling bee. Man might idolize the killing the bee, or going over the fortune and don't want to pay for a vowel, so he brought his own.
Hell nah.
You're telling me after that heroic performance, this man is sleeping alone on a twin? Not even a twin XL? My bed's bigger, and I never saved a life. So we meet our main characters, a bunch of thugs being brought somewhere. Michael, Christine, Kara, Tyson, Melissa, Zoe, Russell, and Richie. It's a lot of people. Of course, we have Frank in a new addition to the cast, Hannah, as their parole officers, watchers, chaperoning the trip. So, the criminal youth were being brought to an abandoned hotel to clean it so it could be used as a homeless shelter. But you would think Frank had his fair share of walking into abandoned houses. Nah, he still had more in him. I handed to him, 5 fingers down, but he still didn't lose his courage. You would think I knew an old nigga named Usage because unless Muriel was in that hotel staying the night, nah, I'm not going in there. I'm good. Better yet, I'm great.
Move me, boy.
Nothing like the 2000s and racism. Was like breathing, leading to a little scuffle on the bus. This was the most give and take fight I have ever seen. For criminals, they didn't want to go out of turn, and they were just trading blows by the most literal definition. You get one, he gets one. Now it's my turn again. Oh. Then that's when they pulled it to this building. I don't know if it's CGI. It looks weird. It looks fake. But I'm pretty sure Kratos had many a great battles in that building. But you're short in my sentence if I clean this?
No.
By how much? The thing had at least 20 floors. By the time I'm done sweeping and mopping this building, I want to walk out a free man and $200 in hand like I passed go. And the inside was no better. She knew she had guests, nasty bitch. You couldn't at least tidy up a little bit or something? You said no? That's my job? Understandable. And they tell them 3 days get them 1 month off. I see what you're saying. Let me raise you. 3 months for 1 day. And you'll give me a shoulder massage. This is filthy. You said no? This old lady gave Michael a bucket of black water that looked like Squidward had an accident inside of it and told him to mop the bathroom. What, y'all rationing water? Y'all don't have a single, solo, lonesome, working tap in this building? That room needs more than Oscar the Grouch's bathwater and a mop that has seen better days. The fibers were hanging on by nothing but hope and dreams that one day the hotel will be clean at last. This room needs a blessing enhanced with a philosopher's stone. But I see how his hairline got like that. Man was just grabbing things, no gloves. Those things definitely had pre-Civil War bacteria on them, and he was grabbing them fearlessly, like his thugness supersedes a bacterial infection. And after watching this scene, keep this man locked up. No need to get angry this fast. This man's a time bomb. Always 1 second away from exploding. Man's rage had him eating asbestos like applesauce. Did this man make a glory hole rain camera? Who is that? I mean, I'm guessing it's Kane. Don't really need to be Sherlock Holmes for that level of deduction. But he couldn't murder a mop and bucket at least to help? Swifter? Give her some of the excess dirt? Like, you can peek, but you can't sweep? Then we cut over to Christine and off rip. What are these cleaning instruments that old lady was handing out? If this was the budget she had for the cleaning efforts, she is one coupon away from needing a room in this newly realized homeless shelter herself. She was not even trying to provide functional cleaning supplies. Her broom she was using was made for that leprechaun that's always losing his gold. Man had more butterfingers than Nestle, but that didn't matter because she was sweeping the wall. Yeah, hit the walls first. That's the biggest issue in this hotel. Dusty walls. But there were way too many weird noises in that building for me to stay there cleaning for only 1 month to be knocked off my sentence. Because what if you see this? And we have Inspector Gadget trying to play medium talking to a ghost while Tippy Tone only to be caught lacking and put into a room. Good thing it wasn't me because panic would have been spelled like picnic with how much fear would have been eating away at my equilibrium. Leg wobbling like jello smacked with the intent to see the jiggle mechanics. Then she gonna shush her. You try to scare her out her panties. For what? This edgy moment?
Did you open that? Yeah, I'm getting the out of here.
Now that I take a good look at her, I believe her. Look at the fit. It's like Cliff Notes before her personality. And boy, those were some good Cliff Notes. Fit's ridiculous. Attitude is ridiculous. And her escape plan? Ridiculous. Then we cut over to Ty, who was actually trying to tidy up the place, doing the very thing tasked to him. When Richie came up with a map, like he was trying to fulfill his lifelong dream of playing Goonies, he interrupted a floor of cleaning that could only be accomplished once a week, asking him to help locate the former owners of the hotel magical secret safe that no one else knew about. But he does. He went on Wikipedia and printed out a few pages. Now he's Indiana Jones. So Ty underwent plot manipulation from no, I don't want any more time to let's treasure hunt. But then they have a lunch break. I don't even think they started their treasure hunt. And they're already tired. Indiana Jones would never, I never saw one of his movies, but I heard great things. But between me and you guys, I'm glad Kane was about to wipe them out. No, but listen, they are mad annoying. It's like their scripts were a compilation of TikTok comments. It's like the writers wrote generic juveniles on 6 pieces of paper and told them to go crazy. Peep. A random ass dog appeared from this hole waiting for his cue just to feed her character development. All nature lover, keeper of animals, and this douche with the floating hairline? Yeah. Why? Kane, it's time to make your appearance. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Da-na-na-na-na-na. Come on, join in if you know it. And it was time. Night came and the real show began. Ty and Rich finally go safe hunting, but they didn't find a safe. They found a body. And guess what happens? Are you robbing a dead man? I get it, he doesn't need it, but it's still crazy, my guy. And the fact they didn't run upon said discovery is even crazier. But once Rich saw this man was eyeless, he too realized there was no eye in team and started flexing. And Ty, come on, man. He looked like a person who lacks any semblance of survival instincts. Ty was calling for Richie, but Richie was like, he was gone, like he was starting that movie with Amanda Seyfried. But his eagerness to escape the visual of that deceased individual on the ground got his ass hooked. But he didn't hear the elevator open. I know that door after all those years could use some WD-40. You telling me it had no squeak? Nothing? Nope. He was so intent on reading his Wikipedia blueprints, he forsaken all his other senses besides sight because he didn't hear the elevator, the chain, and that's why he got his ass dragged to the elevator of doom. The only safety he should have been looking for was the safety of being summoned with the booty warrior and not a 6'10" dirt demon with a chain. And Tay peeps his companion being dragged along the floor cosplaying a better broom than the one Christine was using and stood there and watched like it was Saturday morning cartoons, too riveted to turn away from. I mean, I'll probably be too stunned to help as well, but I'm not gonna watch. At least I got the common decency to turn around and act like I don't see it.
Really good.
And there was no need for Kane big ass to be manhandling him like this. Have Rich dangling like a dog from his leash as if he was trying to restrain him during an aggressive barking episode. The old lady who was seemingly staying there with them alerts the two, Hannah and Williams, about someone using the elevator, assuming the guilty party was one of the juveniles. And Hannah goes to make her presence known, approaching the elevator, even hopping inside when it opens up to nobody inside. Once I seen that it was empty, I'm going back down to finish my drink. But she still got inside, getting brought all the way up to the 8th floor, even though she was trying to go to the second one. Gotcha, bitch. Oh my goodness, how is he moving with the swiftness of Tinkerbell? She didn't even know she was in danger until she was lifted and pinned against the ceiling like a chandelier. She had less fight in her than a romance movie. One more for the road, huh? Can never be too safe. And he didn't even wait. Didn't wash his hands on nothing. Just started digging in her socket like he was a certified electrician. I guess she really didn't see that coming. Kane was on a roll and it was moving fast like an avalanche. 2 bodies in 5 minutes. Now the camera cuts over to the 4 unexpected victims.
What's that? Opportunity now.
You're honestly an idiot.
Yeah, following this man was gonna lead them into their demise. This man's edginess was gonna cut their expectancy of life down a few years. But for some reason, Kane wasn't after the 4 easiest targets. He was too busy watching Christine and Kara playing Kara's daring and escape.
Is this serious?
But that one moment of pure comedy turned this movie to Final Destination. The dumbwaiter magically opened, and Kara thought that Michael, the one with the hairline deficiency, her former pimp, dealer, or something, I don't know, was just waiting inside a dumbwaiter, thinking 3 steps ahead because he knew she was somehow gonna be in the kitchen trying to escape at this exact moment. Does that make sense? No, but much to her surprise, it was a different man that was afflicted with a much more aggressive version of the hairline deficiency that Michael was succumbing to. Both men were dangerous, but he was more dangerous, and she instantly realized that and tried to run away. And that's when the Final Destination plotline kicked in. She slipped on something in the most cartoon way possible, leading to her being hooked from behind and taken on a trip. But it was not a rocket ship, it was a damn dumbwaiter. But you see Big Williams, the one who dropped Kane at the beginning, he was now alerted. It's game time. He heard Kara's screams and came in at the ass end of Kara being dragged away. He was now on go. But Christine thinks her love for Kara was gonna turn her into a Wonder Woman. Or, never mind, let me not be too judgmental. Let's see what she cooks up. We cut back over to the Four Stooges. And I don't know what this man character is supposed to be. He was just doing the most useless things. Man looked back like, you see me? Me break things. Good job. You too tough. But tell me why Ty was still looking for a way to safety. This man was more lost than Josh Holloway after the plane crash, leading to him releasing his anger on his poor unexpected wall. I would have left my arm right there on the ground. I don't need it anymore. But Ty ended up meeting up with Williams and Christine. And he got to explaining how Kane took Richie and what he looked like. Big, bald, with a hole in his head. And once William heard the hole in the head, the man had a brain blast connecting the dots to the former world champion. He handed Christine his taser and told both of them to head down to the lobby while he looked for Kara, who might still be alive because she had religious tattoos. I skipped that scene, you know, Kane was being a peeping Tom, watching the girl shower. YouTube, monetization, you get me.
Are you serious right now, bro?
When I say this man had the stupidest death I ever saw, the chain was moving in bullet time. He had ample time to tie both his shoes, make one last phone call before he was hooked like a fish. You would think he was waiting for it to be placed around his neck like a custom piece from Johnny Dane. Wait, I blame Christine. He told her to head down, and she distracted him into becoming a Solomon cosplay. She wanted to help, and help she did. Helped him to an early retirement with a pension. His neck. As the chain tore it open like a bag of chips. From a hero to herring. With William gone, what are their odds of survival? I'ma say none, but it's a movie, so they might survive. So after aiding in him getting murked, she boot ganged his pistol and handed Ty the taser. Give me the gun. Why are you so special? Just because you love this woman don't mean you got their great aim. Give it to me. Don't give it to Ty either though, cause he don't have no good survival instincts either, so never mind, y'all both assed out. And look, who's still in one piece? Kara. Okay, maybe she's not in pristine condition, but a little massage and that spinal damage will buff right out. But just more victims followed, starting with Richie. Richie, this man survived damn near the entire movie despite being taken first, but good things come to an end. Kane started going full Donzo. Can I say this though? After de-eyeballing Richie, he grabbed Kara, and no cap, they kinda twinning for real. She could low-key be Kane's daughter, but it was time for the next victim. Kane had this pulley to bell alarm system hooked up, and when Russell and Melissa were starting to get busy on the bed, he knew it was time for him to get busy, but was busted mad quick when Melissa realized it was a two-way mirror, and Kane was caught lacking heavy. I mean, look at this. The man had to burst in the mirror to try to save face and the hunt. Even with the great effort of escaping, they were still caught. Russell tried to be an A1 gentleman along with Melissa in an escape route, but nah, they were both handled. Even the dog she tried to feed made another appearance, just straight drinking her blood as she dangled upside down. He was like, I'm getting nutrition regardless. Damn, I thought the dog was gonna at least attempt to untie the rope for her, at least bare minimum. The camera cuts back over to Michael and Zoe, and Michael saved her life, moving with more purpose than our introductory hero. Weaving an axe attempt with a goal of causing a messy divorce between his head and shoulders, then even snuck a two-piece with his bathroom pipe. Hey, I apologize. I guess all that practice he had earlier paid off. Had Kane big ass on the floor, booty first, had his back pocket played patty cake with the ground, and his legs were in the air on some look at me LeBron timing. Then he just started flexing. He could have at least gave him a 10-piece to make sure he was well fed before leaving. Nope, Kane just got right back up and was back on the hunt. Mad as hell because he was embarrassed, if you ask me. Man was going too crazy, he kind of forgot he was touchable, and Michael definitely touched him. But if I was to ask you, who do you think will be the next victim? Who would you guess with our remaining cast? If you said Zoe, you will be correct. Tell me why both of them was hiding in his room. Perfect hide-and-go-seek demons, undetectable. The perfect amount of stealth. They could have been a part of the Uncle Black Ops with how good they were at hiding. Till she wasn't. She even tried to throw Michael under the bus. Come out, we're caught. Like they were in the clear until her phone started ringing, and she didn't even try to hurry up and hang it up. Nah, she was letting that rang like it was an alarm clock, and she was still sleeping. Even when Kane had her hemmed up, nobody still hung up the phone. Instead, he fed it to her, then took her.
Michael?
What's wrong with you, idiot?
Are you serious right now, bro?
I had to show the scene because Michael's acting like he didn't just see or hear a 6'10" axe-wielding demon force Zoe to swallow her entire phone. No Bev. What do you mean? Shooting first and acquiring later in this situation is respectable, but missing damn near every bullet? Give me the gun. No, really, give me the gun. After bursting through the wall, full Kool-Aid Man style, he got his get back against Michael, blocked his pipe, disarmed him, and had him into glass. Ty really said middle finger to Michael, grabbed Christine and dipped, leading them to a room full of money and eyeballs. Also Kara. But this is when we finally say goodbye to Ty because of her. She got William killed because of her love for Kara, and Ty was next. She sent him to make a distraction so she could save Kara, and he did by smashing eyeballs. And what was his reward? Just so Kara and Christine could get a happy ending. Were they even friends before this whole endeavor?
Why is she still alive?
Hold on, everything's coming together. That old lady was his mother? Now it makes sense. The small brooms. She didn't really want them to clean up. It's just trifling. She knew about Kane antics. She was his mother the entire time. Because no way you give a person black mop water and expect them to clean with it. She did all this just to kill Williams, and she called the others extra prizes. And she was rewarded for all her efforts. Betrayed by her own son, that's what you get, and she deserved it. Her son is 6'10", and she got him playing with the wrong type of balls. But Christine wasn't done with her mission, having sacrificed too many others. She couldn't just give up. Armed with a new gun, she was back on the hunt. And I say hunt loosely, because after Kane hung his mother up like a coat after a long work day, there he was sitting on the couch having a disconnect from reality, plagued by his painful memories, easy pickings, clutching Kara like a Care Bear, rocking back and forth. Basically a prime target, begging to be hit. She didn't do it. She walked closer and for the gun to be empty. Now both of them are being choked, feet dangling in the air, until Michael came back for round 2 or 3, depending on how you look at it, when he could have just left. And why did Kane just leave Michael alone after dropping him? Michael was the only one putting significant work on him, but he killed everybody else? Okay. And I'm telling you, you should have dropped Michael first, because Michael came back putting more work on him, took his leg, told the girls to run, really making call into question the character the writers have been creating this entire movie. Douche, drug dealer, and abuser. Turned Oliver Queen from CW because he was beating Kane like he felled the city, opened up the hole in the back of his head before running. Ew, this man's head is a hotel for maggots. Had the audacity to close the door back like he was letting on his precious guests. After some triple threat tag team action, you would think they've been a staple for a long time. In a hero role from Michael, they really put a beating on Kane. Everyone had to turn and play their role, sending him out the window. But this man was clinging on for something. He wasn't done yet. He still needed one more eyeball. He didn't get it. In fact, he lost his. Finally falling to a conclusion of the movie. No, stop it. You damn near did nothing the entire movie. You're Princess Peach, and everybody was your Mario. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.